We are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing episodes beyond the Walking Dead universe. And today we have a special treat for you. Rachael and Sherrandy hosted a panel at the camp's May 2023 event with none other than the ladies of Fear the Walking Dead, or at least some of them, Mo Collins, aka Sarah Rabinowitz, and Colby Minifie, aka Virginia, or Ginny for short. I highly recommend you watch the panel, considering there are a lot of visual elements that I'll be explaining to you along the way that are best seen rather than me explaining them. It was a hilarious conversation, and Colby and Mo are basically wind up and go. They're amazing, amazing participants, and the love can be felt all across the room. Everybody in the audience was digging it at the time, and I hope you dig it too. So without further ado...
This is an absolute pleasure. I am so honored and just absolutely amazed to be here with you ladies right now. It's a little surreal. Yes. I'm not gonna lie.
We have been looking forward to it for a very long time.
Very long time.
Yes.
I've been looking forward to meeting you two in person for so long. Okay, let me just say, these two beautiful women have been some of the most supportive fans of all time. Video for A, my birthday, and then B, when Virginia got, spoiler alert, killed off. And I showed it. I was there on my birthday when this video came in. I was with my parents at the time, and they were, I was like, you guys! And my parents were sitting there like, Colby! They couldn't believe that this thing that they had birthed had then caused people to make this beautiful thing for me. It was just so beautiful, and to that I say thank you.
We just love you so much.
You guys are incredible.
We love you guys. Everyone here loves you.
And you guys return the favor. You're so interactive, and you engage with us, and you engage with your fans, and that's what
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, we would not be anywhere without you guys. The show doesn't happen unless people watch it and people like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thanks for giving us a job.
Yeah.
It's you guys that bring the characters to life, though. You know what I mean? And no one on the face of the planet could have played your characters the way you guys do. It is just incredible.
I agree with that.
In regards to you.
Both of us.
Okay.
I think we did really well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to say that with confidence. It's very hard to accept that.
Are you kidding me? You were so bad. How about that first shot? You coming in on the horse?
Yeah, with 45 minutes of horse training.
I know. Remember that?
It was a nightmare.
You were terrified. And then you just did it. I know, but you fucking nailed it. To see her then, because I knew how nervous she was about, that's a lot. First of all, you're coming on Fear the Walking Dead, big role, you're the guest, and it's and we hit it off right away, but I knew she was nervous about it, and then, there she is, she's coming in, all these horses, go, and she's just up there, just doing the thing.
It was an 8-page scene, and they had me loping in, leading a team of horses in, and the horse was there are all these dead bodies, and the horse was like, I don't like it. It was bending down, what's that? They were super freaked out.
Freaked out by the dead walkers.
Yeah.
So that had to adjust, so you were dealing with that, you're having hit your mark on the
horse, they're one step back, and I'm okay. Back up, Mr. Horse. a Western accent, and I'm like, okay. Western, I just pulled some random shit out of my ass and was like, oh, this is somehow a thing. It's crazy. It was great, but it was fucking fun.
Absolutely beautifully.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely beautifully, yes. And Sarah, too. I mean,
This woman learned how to drive a fucking truck.
Yeah, man. That was me. And I hit my mark in a goddamn semi.
That's amazing.
Yeah, with oil going.
so is it easier to control the semi or the horse?
There was, yeah.
I think a semi is harder. You got more gears.
No, and the other thing is, to stop a 18-wheeler, you need time. Horse can kind of pull back, but you gotta, And the MRAP, I drove the MRAP.
What?
Oh yeah, and they got terrified all the time. Because they're like, really kick it in. I'm like, okay.
Oh my god.
And I had a long stretch of road. And then I had to hit a mark. And by the way, you can't see that mark because they put a bush on the mark. And I do realize that there's hundreds of bush out here. There's bush. Am I trying to land next to hundreds of bush? Hundreds of bush. Meanwhile, my bush is terrified. But so So I'm standing because it's really the MRAP. It's like I'm tall, but that thing was tough. And it's like I'm kind of up and like this, just like up and holding on and barreling down the road. With by the way, I don't know how many 8 actors sitting in the back. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so people's lives in your hands.
Yeah, I wonder how the insurance policy was that day. And I got done and they're like, oh, you were really going fast. And I'm like, was that what you wanted? Like, well, we didn't think you'd be going that fast. And it's like, well, you know what? I didn't get paid for any of that driving, so yeah, that's a free. Well, stunt pay would have been okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was terrifying, but I did it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Nobody died. She didn't kill anybody, guys! Whenever you guys have questions, we want to make sure you ask them. Because...
Question? We're supposed to ask questions?
Oh, no. We can keep talking.
Oh, someone has a question.
Oh, hi!
Artiste in the house.
Speak up, Linda. We know you can be loud.
That's Survivors tier member Linda Peck Athens, who you can reach at ko-fi.com/fanartlindy, and she asks Colby to ask Mo what her porn name is. It's a little game that we played during Coffee with Colby for Colby to get acquainted with the participants, and now Mo gets to play the game too.
Ask her what her porn name is.
So, porn name is First Street. First Pet. Followed by the first street, the street you grew up on.
Oh, let me see here. Hershey Emerson.
Oh my God! Hershey.
Wait, that's my porn name?
Yes.
Nobody's going to my porn.
Especially if it's a Hershey. What do you squirt? Sorry.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Hershey Emerson.
Hershey Emerson.
Sounds like something like
we should team up.
Alfred.
Mine was Alfred Bunyan, maybe we should team up.
Man, that's
Alfred Bunyan and Hershey Emerson. Welcome to the porn house where we have these guys.
oh my gosh.
Hershey and Albert. I like it.
It was good.
Yeah. I'd watch that.
What is that? What kind of animal?
A cat.
Oh, Hershey the kid.
Now it's cute. Now we made it weird.
Yeah, man, Hershey's dead. What you doing?
Oh, shit.
We went there. All right. Yes. Okay. I guess I do have a question. did write a few things down.
Yes.
Just a few. So we all remember the scene where Virginia has her lineup of everyone there, and Sarah was in that scene, and it was a little emotional at times, and I think it got to me. It definitely got to me a little bit. So can you take us through that scene a little bit? What was that like?
I was really nervous about that scene because it was like 5 pages of me talking, and then having to kind of what's that called? Interrogate everybody. And the thing that I remember was like having trying to figure out different ways of intimidating people. So you can't just do the same thing to each person. And so I would like whisper, hated somebody. But the thing that I do really remember, and I know there was some stuff about like certain things that actually Virginia was doing. Sorry, I went into a voice moment. Certain things that Virginia was doing that were like other characters would be like, yeah, we're not going to sit here and watch this happen. And I know you had a moment like that of being like Grace's baby is being attacked right now. Like I'm gonna come up, like break on over and like help this person, and that was helpful to have everybody be so true to their characters in that way. But I remember the thing that I remember about that day. I remember a few things. One was that it was shot over the course of 3 nights, which, night shoots, it's like all night. You start in the afternoon, you work all the way through the night. And there was so there was so many gunshots and so many explosions that like, I remember after 3 days of that, I was like, I feel like I've been through a war. There was like, your body doesn't know that shit's fake, so you're like a loud noise goes off, and you're like, oh my God! And the worst thing was that I really horribly, Karen David, I had to like throw her into a car, and I had to like open this door somebody else had to open the door, and then I had to throw her head first into this car. And I didn't know that the camera wasn't on us at that time, which could have saved her an injury, because the door opened, but too forcefully, and then bounced back, and I flew directly into the corner of this car door, like right in the head. I could have seriously injured her, and thankfully she was a really good sport about it, and she got to take a break and like replenish her brain. Because it was so horrible, and I'm like, I've done stunts before, and I consider myself like a safe stunt participant, and that proved me wrong. It was really horrible. But other than that, it was great.
I remember that you felt so bad. I felt bad for you. But she was fine. That was actually when Karen David and I actually became very, very dear, good friends. We bonded during that time because we spent those 3 nighs on our knees. And you want to talk, the hardest thing I did in all my time on that show, and I did a lot of hard things. Do you want to know what the hardest is? Being on your knees. It was a 5-minute scene.
Yeah, it was a really long scene.
And being up on your knees over and over again. Our knees were so destroyed, and then we had to come back and do it again, and I'm like, that can't happen. Like, it literally, I just don't even know how, I don't think I can get up on and I wasn't the only one.
Did they not even I don't think they even give you guys knee pads.
It didn't matter. It's about, the thing is, after that while, it's about just weight going onto this soft part of your knee. It just becomes absolutely, it's swollen, painful, and it comes to a point where you cannot be on that. And we're talking, we're on our knees. I mean, this is 8 hours of that or something?
It was like 12-hour days.
I blacked out.
It was like 12 hours 3 times. So 12 times 3 is 36 hours of being on your knees.
So you know what? And I was so serious when I came back in the next day, and I said, I'm serious when I say to you, Mikey Satrazi, Mr. Actor, I said, I can't get on my knees, and I'm not the only one. I wasn't going to name other names too, but I said, I had to step up. I'm an old fart. And And he says, I can see from your eyes, you're serious. And I said, yes, I am serious. Like there's acting, but then there's also,
Torture.
There's real torture. And it's like, this is just television. Let's not break ourselves. So the blocking in it was changed, or because I'm like, there comes a point, like they never had to show us on our knees again. When they would cut to us, if it was wider, you see Sarah. This was all, I come over and, basically.
To explain what's about to happen right now, and you can always go back to the scene where you can see this for yourself, but Mo drops down to her knees, then slowly lays down on her right side, sort of, with her arms propped up, and her face looking down, and her hair draped down over her face so you really can't see it. She's so happy to be in this position, reliving that relief.
I'm like, Karen, I'm coming over here. This is because I can't be on my knees anymore. And
So that's what was behind that choice.
yeah, and I don't want you on your knees anymore. So just let's come down here. It's better down here, isn't it? So this is what we're gonna do. And Sajazine saw my crazy eyes, so he won't complain. But then we spent so much time down here together. With something showing. And we just like, and it's the middle of the night, like we're down here, we just bonded down here. Like it was so nice because I could just be sweet to her and, with her pregnant belly and all that. And those were hard nights, but we'd be down here just like, you might see a little bit of that.
And then I threw her into a car door and they really bonded. She was like, fuck that girl.
Yeah, I was like, man, that Colby bitch.
Ruined my brain.
But it really, it was sort of, yes, it was absolutely a Sarah move. I was feeling the impetus for that anyway. I was starting to kind of reach, but then I'm like, oh no, that's actually my way of getting off my knees. And I was raised Catholic, always looking for a way to get off my knees. And then there's this phase where it's like, how do I get on my knees? We're out of that, and now I'm back to how do I get off my knees? Welcome to TMI with Mo Collins.
That needs to happen. We'll subscribe. TMI with Mo.
Oh my god, yes, I would watch that.
Well, yeah, just come to my stand-up show, that's all.
So both Ginny and Sarah are known for having very interesting vocabularies. So, what were your favorite lines on the show?
Oh my god, I have a really hard time with this. Anybody who came up and asked for an autograph today knows that I actually was Googling lines that Virginia said because I can't. There was one. Also, Virginia likes to hear herself talk, so it's like constant talking. And the thing that they really love to do too is have a lot of alliteration. So there's one line that I had that got cut, thankfully, because it was like, this mama mirror, motherfucker. That is clearly not what it was. It was like all M's or something. And I remember being like, well, I guess this is what I'm saying now. But which was fun for me. Listen, this woman is a character. So it was fun for me. But oh gosh, you go first.
I don't know. I remember, the script would come in and it's always like, oh, what's shit on I'm gonna be this week? Shit on shit on the stick.
It's really amazing.
I did. I don't know if I can remember that. Honestly, one of my favorite. Y'all can probably help me out better with this. When I was talking to Jimbo up on the roof, you are I don't know, that whole chunk that I said to him before he ends up jumping. just remember loving just the whole run that I got. Is longer than my maybe I was happy because it was actually like a longer line too. But it was such a beautifully written description of him, and I can't think of it right now. But I remember
Very insulting, right?
What's that?
And very insulting. Like it was like beautifully insulting.
It was.
Yeah, it was something about a fart.
Say that again.
It was something about a fart.
Yes, it was. And God knows I love a good fart. So it was something about yours. But it was so intellectually written. Like that's what I like.
It was a philosophical fart.
You are like a philosophical fart.
That is good.
That's my favorite.
That's amazing that you know that.
Yeah, thank you. That was it. But that whole run in with philosophical fart. It was so good. I loved that. Because it was like smart, but got the, little bit of blue collar in there. And like, it's like, and I really do, I love a good fart joke, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, well, that's my favorite one.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I feel like, I think the writing on the show is so fun because they really just come up with this shit that you're just like, cool! Like, it moves in a way where you can just play within it in a really lovely, kind of free, especially if you're doing a southern accent, like, fun way. Oh no. Is it the end?
Gotta wrap it up.
No. What's that
Drag
one
us
story?
off.
Huh?
You're gonna have to drag me off.
Yeah.
Because this is a couch and it's comfy.
What's your question?
Well, perspective. This is from Mo. How does that feel? I mean, we had the final season of The Walking Dead. I'm quite depressing about it because I watched it, so shameful for years. Been watching Fear the Walking Dead the same way. It's going to be over. How does that feel?
Well, for some of us, it ended a little sooner. So I've already worked through this. And I will impart to you, it's always sad to see good, fun things come to an end. But I am here to tell you now, there is life after fear. Yeah, I tend to go philosophical. That's a philosophical. That's a philosophical fart for you. And it's magically delicious.
Do we have any more audience questions? Any last questions in the audience?
I just have a comment.
That's one of our friends, Hanako, from Fandom Hybrid podcast. She provided some of the camera angles in the video version of this podcast, which again, you can reach on our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/squawkingdead. The link to that video should be in the description. And you can reach her podcast at fandomhybrid.com.
When we're watching stories like this, we love hearing the backstories of characters. And I just wanted to tell you the dialogue about Sarah and Wendell's background when, the whole thing about her not being able to breathe, that was one of the most beautiful scenes I have ever seen on Fear, and it was so well delivered. Beautiful, and I just wanted you to know that.
I'm gonna choke me up.
Here I go. I'm choking up. All I had to do was keep Wendell in my heart, shooting that whole thing. Because Jill and I, for real, the day we met, we became brother and sister, and we continue to call each other brother and sister. It's just who we are. And we've been waiting, right, to know what our story is.
So have we.
Yes, ma'am. We have been waiting, so when that came through, and, I contacted him right away to let him know, even though he wasn't really in the episode, but I'm like, Jill. You kept me breathing. You kept me breathing. And then I said to my brother, Jill, I said, and you do that still in real life. He, and he did that all the time. I can't talk. He does that for me. He just really does that for me. He's so amazing. And there were times, Jill and I, we both come from comedy, and we got to know each other when we saw each other go through hard things on the show. and we had each other's hearts. And, there's times when he knew, and only he knew that shit was going on with me or something was going on with him. And he just knew the right words to say or a look or whatever. And, buck up. Could use it right now. He'd be like, "Oh, buck up, man." But, so that episode was really cool because he was with me for the entire thing. And he continues to give me breath.
I really felt it in that.
Good.
So I really did.
Glad you did. Thanks. And you just made me cry. Thanks a lot.
All right, guys.
This one's less of a question and, again, more of a comment from our dear friend and Survivor Seer member, Takira, who you can reach at ko-fi.com/Connie Dixon 4 Life. That's Connie Dixon, the number 4, LYFE.
Real fast, I just wanted to say that I appreciate both of you so much for being a part of Walking Dead. Please don't downplay how you did it, because I hated her so much. Which means that you didn't hate it.
What do we say? Hate the character, love the actor. Thank you. Give it up,
And that's basically it. What you don't get in the audio podcast that you will get if you do watch it on our YouTube channel is Mo and Colby dancing their asses off onto the stage at the start of the panel. And everybody, Mo, Colby, Rachael, and Sherry dancing off the stage at the end of the panel, which I thought was a pretty cool and really lovely and entertaining gesture. It's so great to see Mo and Colby really be supportive of Squawking Dead, but more to the point, Rachael and Sherrandy, they do so much for the podcast, and having them single-handedly bring in Mo and Colby to the camp and facilitate a panel, I thank them so much, and I thank Mo and Colby for being such great panel guests as well, and I hope to interview them again in the future, as we have Mo, I think actually twice beforehand. There's 2 interviews up in our podcast that you can listen to right now. In any case, if you like what you've heard, head over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead. 5 stars and an eggplant is all we need to know that you love us, but tell us what you liked, tell us what you didn't like, tell us what you think we might have done better. But remember to tell us after every episode, and if you really like what we're doing, well, there's only one thing you really need to do, and that's either follow us for free on ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead. You don't have to tip us on Ko-fi for 30 days of supporter-back content, and you don't need to join a membership tier. When you follow, you'll be on the inside track of what we're up to. It's a nice little way to tell us that you are enjoying what we do and you want to be in the know of any cool things in the future. And if you feel like doing any of those things, tipping us or joining a membership tier, you're right there, ready and waiting, should you feel the urge to support us. We've got another panel for you coming soon, hopefully, and it's Bridget and I moderating a panel with both Washington and Wells, the Reapers. That's Ethan McDowell and Robert Hayes. And we still have our 7 favorite moments from Fear of the Walking Dead as well. Stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, remember, we are Squawking Dead.